And now we take you to the White House and the first day on the job for a new president.
Good morning, Mr. President. Welcome to the Oval Office. Your very first meeting is with the Secretary of Special Projects, Philistina Haverloaf.
What does she do?
I'll let her explain.
How do you do, Mr. President? My job is to keep track of a variety of situations that for one reason or another must never be made known to the public, and to keep you appraised of those situations.
Such as?
Well, number one, the Roswell affair.
Roswell? You mean Roswell, New Mexico?
Mm-hmm.
Where the military supposedly found an alien spaceship and there's an alien in a freezer there?
No, sir, there's no alien in a freezer in New Mexico.
Good.
It's here in the basement of the White House.
What?
If you want ice cream in the middle of the night, ask one of us to get it for you.
Number two.
Okay.
Due to a very long and complex series of historical precedents that would take too long to explain, our entire economy is hinged on the financial strength of a single corporate entity.
Which one? General Electric? ExxonMobil?
Dunkin' Donuts.
Dunkin' Donuts?
Yes, sir. Forget Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. If Dunkin' Donuts tanks, then we're really in trouble. Number three, the Roxylvania Treaty.
Roxylvania? Where is that?
Well, it's a very small country in Eastern Europe, one that we accidentally invaded during World War II. They sued for peace, and since then we've been supplying them with millions of dollars of economic assistance every year.
And bagels. Specifically Murray's Bagels from New York City.
I never heard of this place.
You haven't? It's right on Avenue of the Americas. It's right across.
Roxylvania is very small, Mr. President, roughly the size of the White House bowling alley. It's basically one family, and at one time they were very poor, but they're now among the wealthiest families on earth.
So, why do we keep supporting them?
They make good cheese.
Great cheese. If you put a little of it on one of those bagels and spread just a little bit.
Number four, the moon landings.
What about them?
Never happened.
What? But I saw them. I was just a kid, but I
A
saw...
soundstage in Los Angeles. Right now we're working up a Martian landscape for our next big production.
Number five, now the original Constitution includes wording to the effect that if we change our minds about the whole thing, the states could go back to their original countries. Now we've managed to hide this from most of them, but it seems that Louisiana found out, and they're making noises about going back to France.
That whole Katrina thing.
We'll keep you updated on that one. Now, a few miscellaneous items. Despite what you may have heard, we are actually on very good terms with Cuba, Venezuela, and France.
We are?
Yes. We just have to pretend we don't like each other so our friends don't get jealous.
I see.
On the other hand, we don't like New Zealand.
Why not?
Oh, they told Australia that Japan said we didn't like them, but okay, what really happened was Japan wants to be England's best friend, but we're England's best friend. So.
It's a long story. Let's see what else. There is no Delaware.
No Delaware? That's ridiculous.
Well, have you ever been to Delaware?
Well, no. But the vice president is from Delaware.
He was sworn to secrecy at an early age. Finally, there is the Castellucci Covenant.
Where the heck is Castellucci?
Not where, who.
Bertha Castellucci was the mistress of one of our previous presidents. Unfortunately, that president revealed to Mrs. Castellucci many of the secrets we've told you. And later, he and Mrs. Castellucci had a falling out, and she threatened to go public with the information. So to prevent that, we had to agree to certain terms.
What kind of terms?
Well, Mrs. Castellucci was to be allowed to stay in the White House for as long as she lived.
So how long did she live here?
Well, turns out that Mrs. Castellucci comes from very strong stock. So you may see her wandering around from time to time, and it's best not to engage her in conversation.
She gets confused. She might think you're that president.
This is incredible. Aliens? Treaties based on bagels? Fake moon landings? Next you're going to tell me Elvis really is alive and runs Homeland Security from a bunker in New Jersey.
I didn't tell him.